Morning children, welcome back to the social session. Children, in our previous class we tried to understand about the different kinds of forests and the grasslands. So we have seen different kinds of grasslands, the tropical grasslands called as savannas and the temperate grasslands called as steppes, the thorny bushes, the tundra vegetation. So different kinds of forests like the coniferous forest, Mediterranean vegetation. We have learnt about all these in our previous class. Today we shall learn about the human society and environment. How they both are interconnected, the relation between the relationship between these two. If one gets affected, the other will have its impact on it. So down the ages, right from the early human beings, human societies have been interacting with the environment. We started our civilization in the forest and we started it through hunting. That means we are dependent upon the environment, and in the process we have been changing it right from the hunting, gathering food, and then we started settled life, growing the crops, and we started using stone tools first. Then we discovered the fire, the made of wood, then later on by metals. So these all process down the ages we have continued to depend upon the environment. So we have learned to lit the fire by the sticks and grass. The first source of energy is the fire. Fire is the first source of energy because without heat the energy cannot be produced. So thus began the tale of human endeavor, our endeavor in the sense our effort to alter the environment. Can we alter the environment? Can we change the environment? We can't, but we can make all our works related to the environment little controlled by it. Even today agriculture is being controlled by the artificial environment grown through the greenhouse cultivation. So there are many other human beings also began investigating about the nature, and he started not controlling but forecasting what is going to happen tomorrow. Little forecasting he started controlling the nature of the environment and around them in order to build to be able to change and use them for their purposes, for his development. He started using the environment. Thus building the knowledge of the environment is an essential part of the human beings and interaction with the natural world. So when human beings began to practice agriculture, children, and animal husbandry is nothing but the rearing of animals. We have studied in class 6th about the food gathering and food growing. So first we have started the domestication of the pets, that is the animal husbandry. They began to change the environment, and even more we started changing the environment. And today by destructing the forest, okay, we have changed the environment a lot. The building of cities and the use of metals like bronze, iron, copper have further changed the human interaction with the environment. Before long people began to build tanks to store water and canals to divert water, or divert water to the fields, and even construct the dams across the rivers to store the water and use them through the canals. People also built roads to connect the distant places and sailed in the ships to the distant places across the water, and boats across the seas and the oceans. And in this way human societies have built themselves, have established themselves not only on every continent except Antarctica, but over the seas and oceans too. We have built the human societies, whether it is America, whether it is Australia, whether it is Europe or Asia or Africa. Except Antarctica, the human societies have been built on almost all the continents. Gradually human population grew so much that human beings became the dominant species on the earth today. So it is estimated that during 10,000 BC, that is the time when cultivation started, 10,000 BC, the total population of human beings worldwide, if you look at, so it is about only 40 lakh, and it reached to 50 crores only in 1750. By 1750 it has rose to 50 crores, and by 1800 it became 100 crores. But that means in a span of just 50 years it has grown, it has got doubled. And by 1950 the world population was 250 crores, and by 2010 the population of the world is 700 crores, and it is estimated by 2100 by we are in 2020. That means 2100 in the sense in another 80 years, it may become 1000 crores of the population. So the increase in the population creates great pressure on the earth as well as on the resources being that are available on the earth. This means that almost the entire earth would need to be reshaped to suit to the needs of the human beings. The agricultural land has increased, the forest coverage got decreased. Because of all these factors, the pressure on the earth increased, and that has an impact on the environment. This process of reshaping the surface of the earth received a great push. Reshaping in the sense cutting the forest and expanding the agriculture in order to feed this growing population. So this has pushed a great industrial revolution and the process of colonization in the country. The one country occupying another country is called as colonization. That has increased even. Industrial production needs raw material, and this raw material is not available in one country. In different parts of the world they are available. So you need to colonize them and bring it. So this usage of raw material has went on unprecedented. That means without any limit we started using the raw material. Industrial countries began to search for diverse kinds of raw material and sources of energy all over the globe. As a result, they explored the world, entire world, which metal, which mineral is available in which place. They have explored the entire world and they started exploiting them. So they had dug wells and tried to find out underneath many kinds of minerals, and also explored the space even. They did not leave even the space also. Even they have explored the space, are any minerals available. And soon systematic mining, cutting forests, building of factories, and expansion of the agriculture, construction of the roads, this all took place all over the earth. Nations began wars with each other over the control over the mineral resources, to gain control over the resources. And today we have already witnessed First World War and Second World War. Such intense human heavy industrial activity has a profound impact on the air, on the water, and on the land around us. So let us think of some important pollutants, that is industrial pollutants and effluents, and how do they affect the earth, and how do they affect the air and water also we shall see in the next class children. But remember that the relation, the interaction between the human beings and the environment plays very important role in the development of the human civilization. Thank you children. In the next class we shall further understand.